Check. If you're hearing the sound of my voice or watching this on YouTube, that means you're now tuned into another chapter of the Introverted Intuition Podcast. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. the Petty Podcaster, a.k.a. the Ambitious Introvert, a.k.a. the Leader of the Libras, a.k.a. Amazon/New York Times bestselling author. As always, I got my brother with me, CR908. Please say what's up to the people.
Yo, you already know it's his partner in crime, your boy CR908, a.k.a. Conscious Rap, b.k.a. Chocolate Rod. What's going on, y'all? I'm here to entertain.
Before we get into this episode, I just want to remind you guys that we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a service that provides online therapy. As exhausting as 2020 has been, as exhausting as 2021 is kind of looking in terms of this virus and pandemic, therapy is definitely going to be a major key to get you through it all. So if you go to betterhelp.com/introvert, use the code introvert at checkout to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp.com/introvert, use the code introvert at checkout to get 10% off your first month. Thank you, BetterHelp. Now let's get into the show. CR908, my brother. This episode is actually going to be going out in the new year.
Yeah.
So we're recording this the day after Christmas.
Yes.
But this is technically our first episode of the new year. So do you want to talk as if we're in the new year already, or do you want to still talk in the present?
We have to talk in the present.
Okay.
We got to wrap up this shithole of a year.
Woo, what a year's been.
We got to let this year go in the past and just, charge that shit to the game. Charge that shit to the game because this year was, I don't know. It was horrifying because it started off crazy.
Right.
Literally, what was it, 11 months ago? We lost Kobe, literally 11 months to the day. He died on January 26th.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my best friend's mom's birthday. And when I say that household loves Kobe, they're the ones who put me into basketball, and it started with Kobe in 1996, when he first came to the league. Like, they loved Kobe, bro. When he died, she literally was in her bed crying the whole day. She didn't even enjoy her birthday.
Do you feel that's like the shift? When we had a feeling 2020 was going to be a lot worse?
Yes, it was.
Kobe's death?
It felt like foreshadowing. You know how they say sometimes you can't connect the dots until you're looking back? It just felt like that was a foreshadowing for the years. Like, god damn.
Yeah. It still kind of feels weird without him. Even though I've been into basketball. I'm a Knicks fan. It's really tough to be a Knicks fan.
God bless you.
But I've always admired Kobe's mentality. I've always admired his skill set. I've always admired his drive. So, yeah, when he passed, of course, just the empathy of it all, like his daughter too, and of course other people on the helicopter. That was just a weird time. It still kind of feels weird.
I thought it was fake news.
Yeah, because there were so many conflicting reports at the time.
Yes, it was. And you know who was the first person that posted it that I even knew?
Who?
It was Mandy. She had posted it. And I was just like, wait, what? And I knew because, it's Mandy. I'm like, she's not going to post this unless she knows, like, this is confirmed. So that's when I started looking it up, and I'm just like, whoa.
I kind of get triggered when I think about, this might sound weird, I kind of get triggered when I think about Mandy, because she was on this podcast, right? We had her on the podcast when we recorded virtually.
Yes.
And that was a mistake on my part. Because certain people just thrive in different environments. I feel like we should have done that podcast in person.
I agree.
And I think we should try to make that happen somehow.
I think we need her back. We need another one.
We need to do that in person. But yeah, 2020, and then right after that, I think that's when COVID kind of started, the news of COVID started to really pick up around that time.
Yes.
Around February, late January. And then the lockdown.
In March, it was by the second week of March we were locked down. I won't forget.
Yeah.
Because the week before that, I was just in Maryland.
Yeah.
But you know who.
Yeah. That was really a weird time for me because I was able to work from home pretty much immediately. My job was so paranoid. They were like, you niggas are going to just stay home. Work at home. We'll give you everything you need. We'll still pay you. And I was like, bet. I don't like any of you niggas anyway, so I want to work at home. I would never want to leave my house. So it's been perfect. So I've been working from home since, but you've been doing Lyft the whole year.
Never stopped.
Any paranoia?
No. And the only reason is because I'm taking proper precautions. All right? I'm wearing my mask, staying 6 feet, and nobody sits in the front. Everybody has to sit in the back. Everybody wears their mask when they get in the car. Literally, I've been good.
Would you feel comfortable with someone sat in the front seat? That sounds weird.
It has happened. It has happened where they had 3 people and, they were kind of big and they couldn't fit in the back. So it has happened. And look, you're not coughing or anything like that. You got your mask, I got my mask. I'm not that paranoid about it.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a reason to be that paranoid. I'm not gonna lie. I got sick one time this year. It was after this whole during this whole COVID thing. I don't know if it was COVID or not.
Right.
But I was sick as a dog.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, I don't know. But besides that one time, and it wasn't from driving. It happened right after I finished smoking with one of my family members. So it was just like, were you a carrier?
Shit.
I was like,
I ain't gonna cap. I've been paranoid the whole year. I just don't know how it really works. Like, of course, there's so many reports that say, oh, if you're face to face with somebody, the droplets from your mouth or whatever can transfer into you. But it's like, I feel like there's still some unfamiliarity with the virus that I haven't fully grasped onto yet. So I'm super paranoid. I just got a test today. So I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to a time in my life until I know for sure that this shit isn't real, where I'm not gonna wear a mask.
I get it.
And I was never a club person. I was never like I like the low key type of lounges or like house parties or whatever.
Yeah.
Being in groups of people, I think I'm good off that.
So, how long do you think you're gonna live like that?
Maybe for the next, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because if you're trying to obtain the success that you're trying to obtain this year,
Here we go.
and you're going to have to be around people once things start opening up again.
No, it's not about being around people. It's just about being large groups of people at a
Okay,
time.
I agree with that. You're not trying to be around no 300 people at a fucking club.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not for business. There's no point in being there.
Facts.
All right, so I get that.
And I got my excuse is that I'm introverted. So and that's like the best thing about this year is like I haven't had to come up with excuses to not leave the house.
I know introverts love 2020.
Yo.
You guys were thriving in 2020.
Happy as hell at home. I can go to my kitchen anytime I want. I cannot wear clothes. Who the fuck wears clothes anymore when you're working from home?
Nobody.
Shit, I be in those meetings with no pants, no drawers. Like I be chilling like on the fucking Microsoft Teams call. Chilling. But I mean, I feel like outside of that, I feel like we both thrived creatively together and individually.
I agree.
Would you say?
I would totally agree with that. This year gave me the time to concentrate on recording at home more. It helped me get better at engineering my own stuff. It helped me record a lot of music with my artists. And I probably made some of the best music in my life this year, to be honest.
You think part of like your advancement in your skill is tied to the reality that we live in? Like, do you think like you thrived off not the pain, but like you think it kind of inspired your creative process?
Yeah, in a way, because it just inspired me to not waste this time, not to sit still despite the disruption in society. It was just like, things are fucked up outside this house, but fuck it, I'm in here, I gotta find a way to still be consistent. I get inspired by adversity. I really do, because now I'm looking at obstacles like, fuck that, you're not fucking my shit up, bro. Like, I'm still gonna be consistent, I'm still gonna do what I do.
Right.
Fuck COVID, I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
Like, fuck COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. I made big moves this year on a personal level and on a music level, despite the whole COVID-19, and I think that right there inspires me, because it's just like, fuck.
Right.
I could have just did the total opposite and just chucked this shit up to the game, you feel me? Just said, fuck it, I ain't doing shit this year.
Yeah, like I'm really proud of like my ability to adapt. Like the loss of my routine was really hard to adjust to in the beginning. I had to really create a whole new one for myself. I had to like learn to work out outside as opposed to a crowded gym. I had to learn to work from home, but my ability to adapt is definitely my proudest accomplishment, my proudest moment that I did this year, because if I wasn't able to adapt to this new reality, I don't know where I would be.
No, seriously, because it was a mental adjustment that you had to make, because it's like, everything changed, bro.
Yeah.
Everything, in 1 year, everything changed.
For everybody outside of our lives and just the world we live in, like everybody has, I feel like for the most part, everybody has changed in some way, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
It's really up to you, and I hope whoever's listening to this definitely made a healthy adjustment into their purpose and into their life with all this bullshit going on. But I did a lot creatively, man. Like, we obviously potted through the pandemic.
I think that was the heartbeat of the motivation. I'll be honest with you, because the consistency that we had, even with the Zoom calls and the Skype, it kept me in a creative realm mentally.
Right.
It kept me fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you didn't stop doing the podcast, or you didn't let it fall off, that carried a lot of the momentum for me, bro. I gotta give you credit for that, because if you didn't do that, I don't know how motivated I would have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like doing the virtual. I don't like doing the Skype. But it was like, yo, you were so consistent.
Yeah.
You hired somebody to do the editing for the clips. The clips got better this year.
Mhm.
Everything got better because you just didn't give up on, the show. Dealing with COVID, you still found ways to make it better, keep it interesting, and be consistent. I gotta give you a lot of that credit, bro. Like, all I did was show up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank you.
yeah.
Like, I feel like we needed to talk about it at least, or talk through it.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's what we did. We kind of talked through it. We potted through the pandemic
need
for real.
this shit now. I
Mm.
need podcasting. I get sad if we don't record too long, bro.
Mm.
I do.
That's crazy.
I get
I feel
sad.
the same way.
I get sad, bro. I get sad. I get sad if we don't record too long.
And the fact that we managed to get some of our biggest guests this year is really great too, because it was lucky because everyone was at home.
Yeah.
Who's to say we could have gotten anybody if shit was normal? Everyone was on the road. Everybody's on different events. Like availability was shoddy, and availability is still shoddy at home, but the chances increased for us to get who we got.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And
100%.
I'm honored. Thank you to all the guests who came on the podcast this year. Mandy, Bridget, Banks. There's a whole list of people. We appreciate and love all of you for real.
Honestly.
But another thing I did during this pandemic is about to be a shameless plug. Let me just go in my trusty work bag that I stole from my job. I wrote 3 books this year.
3.
The first one this is actually the first time I'm really saying it on the podcast, the actual release date. My first book, The Avenue, A Personal Dictionary, drops February 28th, 2021.
That's one of my best friend's birthdays. That's crazy.
It is now available to pre-order on Amazon, the ebook version, for $2.99. So if you want to do that and support, please do that.
Oh, send me the link.
I'll definitely do that.
Please.
And this is like a test physical copy. This is not the actual size. This is actually a bigger size than I like. But if you can see it on camera, The Avenue. This is the cover.
Nigga, you are an author.
Got my little photo by Dom on the back. I'll get you some publishing rights for that shit. Got the whole little description. Yeah, so The Avenue, A Personal Dictionary. It is it's a self-reflective and transparent tale about my desire to find healing and change while battling my depression and insecurities. And this book has taken me 4 years to write, to manifest, and I'm genuinely proud of it. It's a great body of work. It's an amazing, relatable body of work, and I'm super proud of it. And I just hope everyone who's listening and watching will support this when it comes out February 28th, 2021.
Bro, I am so
You wanna feel it?
fucking yes, bro. I am so hyped, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you're a fucking author, bro.
292 pages, man. 60 chapters.
Bro, you're a fucking author, yo.
It's crazy, bro. I've talked about this shit since the inception of the podcast, like even prior to writing a single page. And I always wanted to write a book, and I did it. 2020, I just
I
locked
remember
down.
when you first started talking about this, back when Coco and Lainey were still here.
There wasn't even much really written around that time.
I remember you were like scrapping together ideas.
Yeah, and I was just scrapping for opinions on the idea, because I
Yeah.
always had the idea. But I put the idea to
Send me
work.
the link. I want to buy my copy. I don't want you to give it to me. I want to buy
Wow.
it. I want to buy my copy, bro.
That's love,
I
man.
have to.
So yeah, February 28th, 2021. I'm dropping the second book later later next year too, but that'll come as time flows. But
I'm gonna learn so much because one day I'm gonna drop a book. I don't know when, but one day one day.
I think you're gonna write a book like Zayn, like the whole sex type of books.
You're funny as
I
hell.
can see you doing some shit like that.
I think I will be an author. I think I might have more than one book. The first book though, just because I want it to be, I'm a narcissist, so my first book's gonna be about me. It's gonna be about my life and everything that I've been through to get to this point. And I guess the reason I haven't dedicated myself to finishing it yet is because I feel like I'm still waiting for that. Not necessarily the perfect ending, because life is gonna keep going even after I write that book, but yeah, the perfect ending, right? Because it's gonna be from like basically my childhood up to present day.
Right.
I guess I'm waiting for that year, this year, 2021, we have big ideas and big things going on.
Mhm.
I feel like, not if, but when we make that happen, that's when I'm going to be like, all right, from here to here, this is going to be the book.
You kind of feel like your story's still being written right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically what the fuck I'm
Yeah, that's basically what you said.
That's basically what I'm trying to say. You
Yeah.
put it in one phrase. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still writing. I'm living what I'm going to write. So that's what I'm waiting for is just, I don't know.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Like, I remember, I say this a lot. Like, I remember at the end of 2019, like, when Lainey and Kobe were part of the show, we would always have conversations saying, like, we knew 2020 was going to be a defining year, but we couldn't really pinpoint why. I remember Lainey would always say, 2020 is going to be a year that's going to really test people's wills, and it's going to be a make or break year.
She said it, yo.
She predicted it.
She said it early last year, bro.
But we didn't know it was going to be to this
We
extreme.
didn't understand. Yo, that really makes me believe that she is who she says she is, yo.
Facts.
I really, like, spiritual, on a spiritual level, she is who she says she is, bro. Because she been said it. She said 2020, you're going to see a lot of people. You're either going to, she says, you're either going to prosper or you're not going to prosper. You're going to see who's been working, who's ready for this, and who wasn't.
Right.
And man, was she fucking right. Like, that's bone chilling, bro. She was right.
Scary. Yeah.
She was right. Before we heard anything about COVID, before anything, bro, she said this shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy, yo.
And I think we need to really give ourselves props, and whoever's listening at home, like, give yourselves props if you're here listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many examples. The suicide rates went up around March and April. Like, they were, like, bad. So just off the fact that, like, so many people weren't strong enough and you are still here, like, you should pat yourself on the back, man, because it was not an easy year to get through.
It was not an easy year to get through. It was so much, bro. So much, man. It's crazy. I still can't believe this shit. I still can't.
I'm scared to look at the death count. Like, that's probably like something.
From COVID?
Just this year alone, like,
okay.
Suicides, COVID, murders from the police, like, all that shit, like.
There's been a lot of chaos.
Too much chaos. Chaotic mentally, chaotic externally, internally, all that shit. It's just been a bad year. But a lot of good came from it. A lot of blessings, a lot of understanding, a lot of clarity.
I know 3 different people who bought houses this year. And they're all close people.
I know a few people who got married, who had kids this year.
Right.
It's just, that's a blessing in a sense.
Blessing.
I thought I was going to have a kid this year, I'm not going to lie.
I didn't know about that.
No, not like somebody was like pregnant. But like,
shit.
I thought like because I was going to be cooped up and I was in a relationship around that time, I thought all we was going to be doing was just fucking.
Oh shit! I was about to be old. Shit, Jeff, you had a pregnancy scare? Oh shit, nigga.
I think so.
Oh no.
Yeah, but 2020, man. I just look back on like who I was in January is who I am now.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 different people. It's night and day.
Talk about it.
Like, it's just, I came into this year confident, but I still came in with my insecurities. I still came in with a bit of depression. But I was able to fight through that through self-reflection, through the writing process, but mostly just that time spending inside my own head and like really breaking down myself and figuring out why I am why the way I am, and how did I get here, whatever, what's next, right? I like looked at myself from the past point of view, present point of view, and the future. And it all came together into this self-reflected, healed individual. Like, maybe you could probably speak to it more, change, like, my personal change you've seen in me and, like, the change you've seen in yourself, like.
Yeah, I seen a big change in you, bro. Like, you were always, like, fun to be around, but you're way more fun to be around.
Yeah.
Because now you're not, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not shitting on anybody's moments or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I shit on people's moments before?
Before, I wouldn't say shit on people's moments, but you were definitely the one to point something out that was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were the one to be like, well, I don't know about that. I you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we all needed that. We still need that to be progressive. You know what I'm saying? But now I definitely feel like you're less antagonistic. That's the perfect way to say it.
Yeah.
You're less antagonistic, more agreeable. But you're still antagonistic, which is good. I like that you're antagonistic because you challenge people. When you challenge shit that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's not good to always be agreeable. And overall, you're definitely not as depressed. Like, I can see it and feel it. Every time I talk to you, it's good energy. You're laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you've had some moments where you were still stressed, but I don't think you handle your stress the same way you did last year.
Definitely not.
I could tell.
I will let it guide me.
You would let your stress fuck up your mood. I could tell there'd be times where you didn't want to come to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have been dealing with personal stuff. Like, I have not seen that this year.
Right.
I have not seen that this year. This year you've been so like on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What else have I noticed? I definitely think you've gotten more in shape. Like, you was already in shape, but I think you've gotten more in shape as well.
Yeah.
What else?
This isn't about it. We don't have to keep going. But like, yeah, I just wanted to get like a few things of like.
He's like, that's it. All right.
Yeah, because it gets so
All right,
comfortable.
I see him.
No, but like I guess to flip it on you, like I see a lot of change within you. I remember like this time last year, I feel like you were really wearing yourself thin in terms of like where you would place yourself. I feel like you would always try to show up for a lot of people, but you didn't really show up for yourself as much as you should. You didn't really big yourself up as much, and I feel like now you're in a place where you're owning who you are. You're owning your name.
Yes.
And I mean, you're aligned with your purpose, and you're showing up for yourself more.
I'm starting to allow myself to feel that, how can I say, because I was telling Jeff, like, I don't see myself the way everybody else sees me. You know what I'm saying? People see this big personality, this creative person. Like, I do know I have a personality, I'm creative and shit, but some people really consider me like, you know, an upcoming star, or, you know, upcoming celebrity or whatever you might call it. And it's like, yo, I feel mad regular. And then, you know, sometimes I need my friends and the people around me to let me know, like, bro, no, you're talented, bro. Like, you are very unique. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God that I have friends who constantly remind me of that, because believe it or not, I know I have this super confident persona, but it's really like, yo, I don't see myself the same way other people see me. And I think a lot of it has to go with me not being 100% satisfied with my physical appearance. And that's what's really always been the X factor.
That's very real to admit.
It's so real. Because it's like I do all this other shit so I could kind of distract myself from the one thing that really bothers me the most.
And you don't seem like that guides you anymore. I don't know if it's just because like you're making the changes.
That's why.
Well, that too, but it kind of seems like you recognize the fact that you're not where you want to be and you're comfortable with that.
Exactly. You're not going to change until you get comfortable with that.
Right.
People I know who've gotten in shape and lost weight, they all had to accept that they were out of shape and accept that they had to do the work.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at now. It's like, nah, I can't eat that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can't eat that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to lose weight. And it's working. The fact that it's working, my discipline is working. I look better in my pictures. My doctor's even saying they see an improvement. It's like, man, I really had to accept that I had to just accept the fact that I needed to change and accept that I'm in the process and it's going to take time.
Yeah.
Once I accepted the fact that it's going to take time, I don't care about how I look. I only care about how I feel now.
Yeah.
And I feel better, so I know that's the sign that I need to keep going. Because I feel great. I'm not as depressed at all as I was last year. Things don't even hit the same no more, bro. Like the holidays, if this would have been CR from last year with COVID, I would have been so depressed. Because I didn't have a regular Thanksgiving dinner. I was by myself on Christmas. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, what? I went to see Wonder Woman last night.
Oh, you went to the movie theater?
Yeah, I took myself to the movies. They have social distancing stuff. You can't sit next to anybody. So it's like nothing to worry about.
Wow, I didn't even know it was like even open like that.
Yeah, it's definitely open. Yeah, I went to the movies last night. Fuck it.
That's fire.
IMAX.
Was the movie good?
Was
it worth it?
It was pretty good. It was good. I would give it an 8 out of 10 though.
That seems a little too strong. I don't know. It looks trash.
7. I give it a 7. Yeah, it's not as good as Marvel. I'll be honest. It's not as good as Marvel.
Yeah, I didn't know. I actually didn't know movie theaters open, so maybe I'll go try to see a movie. I didn't know anything is really out that I really wanted to see. Plus, everything's going on streaming services, so I was like, why would I leave my
I've
comfortable
always
couch?
been a theater guy since I was a kid.
No, me too, but I've adjusted to this new reality. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that we did is we didn't make excuses. We made a way.
Exactly, and that's what I live by. That's literally my motto.
Yeah.
Don't make excuses, make a way.
And we adjusted to every new reality, every form of like change that came our way.
I feel like because of that resilience we've, applied this year, I feel like there's literally, on a universal level, I feel like God put us through this year to test our will and our desire for our dreams. I feel like it was the perfect test right before the reward. I feel like, because we already feel it. It's a synergy, bro. It's not just us, but the other creatives that we work with. We feel like in 2021, everything's going to come into fruition. Like, that's literally when we reach the tangible side of the rewards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like we had to go through this year because we deserve it more than ever, bro. Let's think about the law of compensation, right? It's a universal law. What goes up must come down. You get what you give, karma, whatever you want to call it, right? We went through hell in 2020, bro. Went through hell. Everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you push through and you still were being progressive, you were being productive, there's no way in hell you're going to tell me 2021 is not going to be fruitful.
Absolutely.
You've been through so much and you stay consistent, you're still, like, come on, man. Next year's going to be even better. Like, it's going to be amazing, yo.
Yeah, I think this is like the first new year I'm going in with like no form of uncertainty.
Right.
I always had like that blind confidence, like especially coming to 2020, but there was still that pressure of it being like a new decade, and it's like the pressure of having to do stuff in advance because it's that new decade. It's like a new chance at life, right? A new lease at life. But yeah, 2021, like I don't have like any hesitation, no unwavering convictions, anything, confidence, all that.
It's like you just know what to do now.
Yeah, I know what to do.
You just know what to do. So it's like now that we know what to do, because we did the research, we looked stuff up, we did the trial and error. Now we just know what to do. When they say fall in love with the word, I used to hear that all the time when I listened to, Will Smith, when I listened to like Nia Long, when I listened to Jada Pinkett Smith, and they say, you have to fall in love with the word.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what it meant, but I didn't really know until I started living this life.
Right.
Like full-time content creator. You fall in love with the life, which is falling in love with the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that Christmas Day, I was doing a fucking photo shoot for my single. I had a blast. Me and Matt and David, the photographer, like, yo, we had fun. We was working.
Mm-hmm.
We was smoking. We was taking pics, and then after that, we went out to eat. Like, nigga, that's a great day for me, bro.
For sure.
Then the next day, I'm here in the studio doing the podcast. Like, bro, I'm in love with the work, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
This is like something. This is like I want to lead into like a new part of the conversation of like kind of like why certain things that like hold people back, and it's like the idea. This is a conversation I had with my homegirl Faye, who's probably gonna come on the podcast soon. The idea of privilege. I want to like dismantle the idea of privilege. Obviously, there are certain things set up in the way life is for Black people. Like we just won't be able to do certain things because there's a gatekeeper, right? But I feel like certain times people fear attempting something or fear committing to an idea, committing to a passion because they feel like there's certain people who are a different skin color or a different tax bracket who have a certain privilege over them. But I feel like privilege is only real if you acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if you just live your life and you progress at a rate where you're entirely focused on everything you're doing, anything outside of that isn't even real.
Because your energy is so strong,
right?
And your focus is so strong that it literally blocks out all the other bullshit.
Like you can't tell me privilege is like a real thing. It really holds people back, and I know it does. When there's someone like Jay-Z and Beyonce who are billionaires off their own art, off their own independence. So it's just like I've seen too many examples of people make it to feel like anything is strong enough to hold me back unless I let it.
The power of thought is so much stronger than all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like, it's so true because that's how I feel. It's like racism, social injustice, like all these things are real. But as an individual, because that's why I separate my individual condition from societal condition, right?
Yeah.
On a societal level, there's a lot of things that are holding Black people back. There's a lot of, that's real. You know what I'm saying? But as an individual, me, CR, I am not going to let those things hold me back. I'm going to be clever. I'm going to be witty. I'm going to use my personality. I'm going to use my God-given gifts to overcome all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about racism. I care about it. I don't care about it stopping. Racism, freaking the mass incarceration, like all those things, bro, because I know those threats exist, I just know how to maneuver around it.
Right.
No matter what situation I'm in, I'm going to be good. That's just how I live.
Yeah, these things are super real. Like we acknowledge their existence, but it's like it's not real enough to exist in my reality.
Yes.
Like at least I won't allow it to.
And a lot of people are gonna feel controversial about what we're saying because I know I've met people who are just like, "What do you mean? It's not your reality. Like you live in the same country as us." And it's just like, but you gotta understand though, the power of thought, right? Your focus is what gives things life. When you give your energy to something negative, that thing becomes real. That thing becomes bigger and bigger. It works the same way with positive things. So I prefer to focus on positive things and to give those things energy and to allow that to, come to fruition.
I feel like that's part of the reason why these contracts still exist, because we give them power. We acknowledge them. I feel like we take away the power. this is like super hard to even really articulate because I feel like there's still some people it's gonna go over their head, but it's like if you just don't put as much weight and stock into these ideas, these constructs, they won't be real to you.
Exactly.
They'll be real, they'll exist, they'll be real constructs, but they won't be real to you. You'll be able to maneuver around them and past them.
Because really, when you look at it, and I think I heard Childish Gambino say it in like an interview or something, where you're just like, yo, everything's made up.
Yeah.
Everything's made up. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is made up in society. Like, but because we're born in a world where things are so normalized that you don't even realize, like, your house is nothing but a big fancy 4 walls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your car is literally, like, on 4 wheels and it's a big hunk of metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't see that when you look at the world, when you see, you know what I'm saying? But we get so caught up and so normalized in the mechanism of, like, oh, this is a car, this is a house, you know, this is money. And then we put value in these objects.
Mm-hmm.
And then we sacrifice so much for these objects. Bro, people are killing each other over these objects. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you're in the Matrix, yo.
Look at the stimulus checks that everyone got earlier this year, $1,200. Look how easy it was for them to do it. It would be just as easy for all of us to have that same amount of money or even more if we had the same machine in our house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like this. It's so simple to print up money, but we do everything and more to get it. So it's just like, even when I got that check, I felt weird about it because it was just like, wait, it was that easy? Y'all got done this the whole time? So it's just like, why do I put so much value and stock in this? Like, who really convinced me that this is the most important thing in the world?
It's not, man. That's when you have to shift your... That's why I'm glad you're talking like this, because you get it. Money's just a tool.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a screwdriver, as a nail, as a hammer, right? You're more equipped when you have more of them. You know what I'm saying? To do whatever it is. It's a tool that can be transferred into, you know, a lot of different forms. You can use it. It's a tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but people value money in a way where it's just so unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, money's important. Trust me, I'm a hustler. I love money.
Facts.
But I don't love money. Let me take that back. I love what money can do for me. Right? I understand the influence and the power that it has, because there's a psychological power that money has on people, on human beings across the globe. Money is power because of the value we place on it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with diamonds. I remember I was speaking to somebody who's actually I think, I don't know if this is the correct term, a diamondologist or some shit, right?
The fuck?
Yeah, right? They study diamonds or whatever, right?
Fucking loser.
Yeah, right. So he worked at K Jewelers and shit. He was just like, yo, like, virtually speaking, diamonds are useless.
Yeah.
They're just for aesthetics. But that simple concept, right, that is practically useless, like there's no real practical use for diamonds, that is just for aesthetics. But you see how people kill over diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
People are murdering and like doing all types of shit for, like, it's crazy. And you're talking about something that's just a fucking shiny rock.
Right.
That's how powerful the human mind is, though, because it's society who's put the value on that, and then it becomes normalized. And once it becomes normalized, then it becomes reality.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with money. Some smart motherfucker decided to say, hey, this is worth $100 or whatever, and we're going to use this in exchange for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, society just went with it. Now we have currency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I think money, they say like money doesn't buy you happiness. I think like money can get you and give you comfort.
Give you options.
Options, yeah. Definitely give you options. I feel like the more options, yeah, the more options you have, the more
likely you find happiness.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. With that being said, if anybody wants to premium some money, I'll definitely take some more money, some free money from the government, because niggas is struggling out here.
I heard somewhere somebody was like, you know, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it damn sure makes a nice down payment.
That's fire, and that's the truth.
It's the truth. And it's like, another thing that I heard is that people who say money isn't everything is niggas without money.
Yeah, I feel like even people who say stuff like that, just in that realm of like negativity, is like,
yes.
You don't really have a passion. Like, you don't know what you really want to do.
Yeah, because if you did understand that, you know, your passion or whatever it is you want to do, then you'd understand the value of money.
Right.
Because you literally need money to, you know, manifest everything. in this particular part of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need money to manifest. I'm not gonna. You do. Because if it's not your money, it's somebody else's money.
I feel like you need time more, but I think money allows you more time.
It's the medium.
Yeah.
The money is the medium to. It's the ends. It's what helps you get to, you know. What's the word? It's the means to an end.
Yeah.
Money is a means to an end. It doesn't stop at the dollar. It stops at wherever that dollar bought you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that perception, then you're gonna be chasing this money. And then, you know, there's some people I've heard who died and they saved everything they've ever made from work, and they have a 401k and all this money saved up, but they never went on vacation. They never bought anything fancy. Like, they never enjoyed themselves. So then when they die, the government seized their funds, or if they passed it down to their family, if they had a will. But it's just like, you did all of that, saving this money, and you never did anything with it.
Right.
It's useless sitting in the bank. And I heard rich people say that your money is useless if you just let it sit in the bank. It's not doing anything.
Yeah. And that's why I think when I know I become a rich nigga, that money's getting spent.
I'm spending it on, I said I'm a ball out on assets. I'm going to turn my life into Sims. Remember the video game?
But how intensely are you gonna do that?
It depends on how much money I have.
Because I'm not gonna be the type of person that's gonna buy mad I'm gonna have mad bottles of wine, but like intangible shit or tangible shit like cars or like jewelry,
Not like
shit like that. I would never do that.
What I'm saying is ball out on assets, meaning I'm going to I want to create businesses. I'm going to literally like treat the world like Monopoly. Like, it's going to be a game for me, but you play at a different level because you got so much money. I want to create jobs. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to create companies. I want to set systems and put people in place to run those systems just for fun. Because once you're rich, right? It's like, what else do you have to worry about? Nothing really when it comes to money. So why not just make more money and help other people get wealthy?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm going to do when I get wealthy. I'm going to help other people I know get wealthy.
I'm definitely going to put
my friends, my family first.
Absolutely.
Then I'll start working with strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who I've met and I can tell, like, okay, you've got a solid idea. I want to see this happen in the world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I meet somebody that got something that I think can benefit the world, I'm going to invest in that person. Like, that's the type of wealthy person I'm going to be, bro.
If you've been in my life for a long time or whatever, like, if you just showed up for me consistently, just know, like, when I'm on, like, you got a check coming.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you, like, Dom, like, deadass, like, you really got something coming, because I just really appreciate people who are consistently genuine, consistently real, consistently honest. Like, there are people who entered my life and came and gone, and just, like, I feel like they're going to come back. I can feel like you can easily point out the people who were in your life or in your life but not as actively, who are going to come back to you and be like, hey, can I borrow something? I feel like we can name a few people if we tried, you know? So it's just like, I'm going to definitely uplift everyone I can who has been a part of my journey.
That's how I want to, I'm not going to be happy unless I do that.
Facts.
I will never be the type of dude that got $100 million and cut off everybody he knows. That will never be me, bro.
When I was in a darker place, I was that type of person.
And I'm not mad at that. I think we've all been there at one point. But for me, I literally do it because I want to be wealthy enough where I can hang out with my friends and do dope shit while making money every day.
Right.
That's my goal. It's like, yo, me, my friends, we're just like, we're living our dreams, we're making money, we're traveling, we're doing whatever the fuck we want, we're eating delicious foods, we're buying dope ass clothes, we're also helping other people while we're doing this shit. We're entertaining people, making them happy, we're investing in others. Like, that's the lifestyle I feel like I'm born to live, bro. I think there's people who create. I'm a creator on all aspects, bro. I really feel like I'm going to create jobs, I'm going to create opportunities, I'm going to create happiness for the world, bro.
Right. I've done too many things. I've manifested too many of my dreams for me to think that the life I desire is not already mine. Like, I put from this podcast, for example, right? Like, by the grace of God, like, Gotham, like, allowed me to continue this in, like, a professional sense level, but, like, just the idea at a base level was just an idea at some point. So the fact that this has happened and it's going on to, like, my fourth year doing this shit, it's just like, man, everything is possible. Literally everything. And I'm not like a motivational speaker, or CR's not a motivational. I mean, I guess we could be motivational speakers. Right?
I definitely can. I love motivational speakers. I think that might be another bad thing. Once they start doing, like, I swear that was gonna be something I was gonna do this year before COVID. I was gonna start going back to all the, like my high school, my middle school, my college,
Yeah.
and see if I could get booked as a keynote speaker.
Yo, I wish I could say it on the podcast, but I have a perfect idea for you and I.
Okay.
But we're gonna do it separately, and Dom is obviously gonna be a part of it as well.
Okay.
It's a perfect idea.
Okay.
The hint I will say is TED Talk.
That's big. I love TED Talks.
Do you?
I do. I watched a lot
So
of
let's
TED Talks in college.
Should I just say it?
I mean, you tell me. I don't know.
Fuck, we're manifesting this.
All right.
The three of us, we're gonna do our own TED Talks. We're gonna have our own independent form of a TED Talk. Same type of style, same type of format. Like, it'll be done in an inspiring and performative but informative way.
I like
That's
that.
that's a big goal of mine for
We
2021.
have to do that then.
I wanted to be on TED Talk for so long, and it's just like I don't even know the steps how to do it, so I'm gonna do it myself.
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's fire.
or rent a space wherever.
And just get a couple people in the crowd and
It doesn't have to be people in the crowd. We
No.
can just film it and just put it out.
alright.
That's 2021.
I'm with that shit.
I'm fucking down.
Bro.
I already have a topic and everything.
I want to create more motivational content, bro.
Why not do it?
I think it's time. Bro. Cause it works. It really works, bro.
Yeah.
I post certain things, and when people just say, "Yo, thank you," like today, I posted something on my Instagram, and somebody commented, like, he didn't even follow me. I don't even know what this nigga is,
Right.
but he said, "Thank you, bro. I needed to see that." It was something I had posted on Instagram. I just want to read it real quick for the listeners.
Yeah.
I had posted, "Don't chase, don't beg, don't stress, don't be desperate, just relax. When you relax, it will come to you. Make your wants want you."
Mm.
And then my caption was, "Don't focus on finding the one, focus on being the one."
Mm.
And that hit hard for some people, bro. And one dude acknowledged it and said that one comment,
You might have saved his life.
that means so much to me, yo. That's what I do it for, bro. That's why I do it. He was like, "Man, I needed to hear that."
Yeah.
That's what I do it for, bro.
So, exclusive on this podcast, you got Jeff Talk instead of TED Talk coming. 2021 CR Talk.
CR.
That I really am going to do that. Like that's
I'm
going to happen.
following up. I'm ready. I've fantasized about doing like a TED Talk.
We'll put on some fucking suits.
Yes, we got
make it
to.
professional.
Yes.
Like
No, with a real nice looking, whatever place we're recording it at, nice scenery, whatever.
Dom, you got a cash up coming your way because we about to do that shit.
Yes.
Because that ass.
And you know, he already does a great job behind the camera. We're gonna look so fucking good.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on. So that's coming soon. But yeah, like, do you want to like speak about before we get into like the albums and shit of the year? Do you want to speak about like, I guess some of the lows of 2020? Did you have many? Do you think?
I had challenging moments, bro. I'm thinking, what's the lowest that I felt this?
Yeah, just say the lows you felt.
The
Yeah.
lowest that I felt. Okay. You know me. I'm a lover boy, and the lowest I felt was, you know, I don't remember the particular time, but I could just remember the emotion and feeling really lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like missing my ex. You know what I'm saying? Missing having that person around. There was a period of time I was definitely. I always got females around, but it's not just about having women around. It's about having the right women around. You know what I mean? So it was like feeling lonely even though I was around people. So I would say one of my biggest lows when I was just like not allowing myself to choose my company, my female company wisely. I was trying to fill a gap, you know, and through that I had to learn to change my standards and change the way I choose who I interact with on a sexual level, romantic level, whatever you want to call it. And I started going more by personality and vibe than just accessibility.
Right.
Because when you're spending a lot of time on your own and you're the type of person who enjoys company, sometimes you go for who's accessible. But sometimes people who are accessible are not for you. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn that just because they're accessible doesn't mean they're for me. So now I'm truly, I noticed it last night, yo. I'm truly in a place where I'm happy with myself, bro. I'm good. Like, I'm happy with myself, and I'm going to only get more happy with myself. Like, I really enjoy my own company.
Right. I feel like you seem comfortable.
I'm comfortable now.
Comfortable in your own skin.
I am.
And you earned that. I feel like you earned that because I feel like you had to kind of change your reality up a bit to feel fully comfortable. I feel like it started off as your living situation. You
Yes.
got out of there.
Had
And
to
it started off your physical appearance. You started switching that up.
Yes.
So yeah, you earned that change you desired.
And I'm still in the process of that change. I can feel it, I can see it, I can smell it, and I'm telling you, in 2021, I feel I'm gonna not reach the peak because I feel like my peak's gonna come when I turn 30. I don't know why. I just feel like that number is gonna when I turn 30. That's like in 2 years. I'm still 28, but I just feel like it's all coming together, bro. It's all coming together.
No, it's not. No, it's not coming together. It is together.
It is together.
You gotta start speaking specifically. Like, don't even speak about feelings. Don't speak about wants. Don't speak about desires. Speak specifically and know and recognize that everything you have is yours already. Your physical body's just catching up.
That's it. I already placed the order.
My lowest was really just my breakup. Like, that was the first person I've been with who I really feel like I wanted to marry.
Felt the same with mine.
And but that was like it was like the worst, and it was the worst moment, and it was a transition to the best moment because I had to really realize that I was responsible for the majority of every breakup that I've ever had. Like, I was kind of like, I was very insecure, very like unsure, very not comfortable person.
Yeah.
So I definitely played a part, and I really took that last breakup as a sign to wake up and take accountability and self-reflect and change. So now whoever gets me next, you about to be in for a good treat. I'm a changed man.
That's what's up, man. Maybe. You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
A saving grace for this year has been music.
Mm.
The music you've been making, the music other artists have been making. Would you like to exchange our best albums, in our opinion, of 2020?
Yes.
Would you like to go first, or you want me to go first?
Oh, I thought you were giving me the assist.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you want me to go first?
I tossed the layup.
Are you sure?
The ball is in the air. Are you going to dunk it or are you going to miss it?
All right. I'm LeBron James in this bitch. All right.
Alley-oop.
All right, we're gonna get started. This is not in any particular order, and I have like a long list, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on each one, but I will explain. So the first on my list is Bryson Tiller's album, The Anniversary. I fucking loved this album. This album is the reason I started taking singing seriously.
Wow.
I swear to God, when I heard this album, I was just like, he's so fucking good. And I'm not taking anything away from him when I say this, but I know, like, his voice is amazing, but I'm like, yo, I know I can sing like that, like, or at least close to that, or like create music close to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I hear the recording techniques that he's using and everything. I'm just like, bro, I can do this.
Have you heard him actually speak before?
Yes.
His voice is deep as shit.
Deep as shit. That's
How do
the
you
crazy
get that
part.
pitch? How do you get those pitches?
His voice is deep as hell, bro. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
So weird. But that's just aside from the point. The album reminded me of Trap Soul. It was to me right underneath that level of greatness. It was right underneath where Trap Soul is. To me, Trap Soul is still his best project to date, in my opinion. But Anniversary is right there behind them, and I love that fucking album. I can listen to it straight through. I love the fact that it's only 10 tracks. I don't like
Perfect.
albums that are too long.
10 and 12 is perfect.
10 and 12. If it's 20 anything, that's too fucking much. I'm sorry. For me, that's too fucking much. I prefer a short album because guess what? I'm gonna keep listening to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? All right. The next album, Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. Now, I heard of Benny the Butcher, but I never listened and dove into his music until this album. And he's from Buffalo, New York.
Yes, he is.
That motherfucker can spit. That nigga's nasty. Like, everything, like his voice, his bars, like, it's just hard. Like, that's that real contemporary, like, hood-ass rap that I grew up on. You feel me?
I believe everything he says.
I believe everything he says because of the way he's saying it. It's just like, bro, like, you just, I don't know, it's just, it feels so true. That shit, man, that whole album is hard. One of my favorite songs is Sly Green. The beat on that shit is just crazy.
Yeah, relax that out.
I play it in the car when we drive home.
Yeah.
I have to pay homage to the OG, Busta Rhymes.
You told me about this album. Not my voice.
The Wrath of God.
You told me about this album.
That E2, whatever, he has some other prefix to it, but I just call it the Wrath of God. Like that album, bro. Yo, I knew he was a GOAT, but I didn't really like. I'm not gonna say I didn't understand why, but then I listened to this album and I understood why motherfuckers respect Busta Rhymes so much.
Really?
He's super progressive and super conscious, bro. This nigga's like, in my opinion, like. He's one of the black gods, bro. Like we are gods and goddesses, and he's tapped into that. You know what I'm saying? And he talks about it in this album, bro. And it's just like, bro, like, man, that nigga's the truth, bro. And even sonically, like certain beats that he like the song he had with Mary J. First off, Mary J. Blige, she can sing that pain. Mm-hmm. You hear it in her voice, bruh. Mm-hmm. She was like, "You think I'm easily replaceable?" Ooh. I'm like, "Oh my God, Mary, you're not replaceable." Like, yo, the way she says shit is like, oh. But anyway, shout out to Busta. That's only number 3. I gotta speed up because this is just, I'm sorry, it's just so good. All right, the Ty Dolla $ign album featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I don't know why it's called that, but that album, in my opinion, is his best album. So, like, bro, so many hits on that album, bro. That's the album with Spicy on there featuring Post Malone. Mm-hmm. What else? He got a couple hits with some songs with Universe with Kalani. Yeah,
that's actually one of the standouts for me.
Mm-hmm. That song is good, man. I just love Ty Dolla $ign's voice first off, but like sonically and lyrically, oh my God, the song he had with Music Soul Child, Your Turn.
Oh yeah, that was also
my
stand out.
God, that song is so deep.
Yeah, I didn't like too many songs from the album, but those were the standouts. Cause like he did the more of the ballad type stuff. I don't like the whole like trappy type of future-esque vibe he kind of gets into sometimes.
Oh, okay, I get it. Well, I love this album. I think it's one of his best. Next one, Moneybagg Yo, Time Served.
I missed this one.
What? Well, I like gangster rap, like trap. Like, I don't live that life. I ain't shooting niggas. But bruh, I love that music. Cause you know what? I grew up on 50 Cent, G-Unit,
Facts.
Dipset. Like, I grew up on that shit, so I have a certain connection to that type of music, bruh. Like, it just sounds so hard.
Yeah.
But Time Served, Moneybagg Yo, that album made me fuck with Moneybagg Yo heavy. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, Nas's album, King's Disease.
Love it.
I loved it. Ultra Black, bruh, like, just so many hits on that album, bruh. Like, I always loved Nas, but that right there was just like, man, this nigga, man, he's a GOAT, bro. I don't care what nobody say, yo. This nigga's a GOAT, and he never switched up who he really is, bro.
AZ's verse on Full Circle, oh my God.
AZ's a legend, bro. Legend. LOX, Living Off Experience. That album.
I didn't even know it came out.
What?
I didn't even know it came out.
That album is fire. If you're a fan of The LOX, you need to listen to that album. Young Thug and Chris Brown, Slime and B. I like that album, I'm not gonna lie. City Girls is my favorite song on that album. It's just so fucking good. Chris Brown killed that shit. Like, Young Thug killed it too, but Breezy just bodied that shit.
City Girls are good as fuck, so.
Word. But then the next one, Jhené Aiko, the Colombo album. So many hits on that album. She did a great fucking job on that album. A great fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, a great fucking job. That album was just very well put together.
Grammy nominated.
Yeah, man. And you know, I do love that song she has with her, BS. That shit is a great hit. It's just amazing. You know, I gotta go back to the Trap Jesus. Future. Pluto. I love Future, bro.
I believe you.
High Off Life. Ooh, accepting all my flaws. If y'all listening, bro, listen to that song and tell me Future can't get lyrical, bro. Listen up, accepting all my flaws, and tell me Future can't get lyrical, my nigga. Like, you gotta really understand. This nigga speaks in codes, bro. Everything he says is a metaphor. He don't say nothing literally, bro. Like, you really have to listen to how Future talks to understand this guy, yo. Party Next Door's album, The Party Mobile.
Love it.
That album was fire. Bro, I listened to every fucking song on that album and just so much. Party, nobody sounds like Party. Nobody. I got 2 more and then I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm just like in love with this shit.
I love music.
Me too. Lil Baby's My Turn. That album was pretty fire, bro. Like, it was pretty fire.
That's the most successful album of the year, and I actually didn't hear it.
Like,
I've never heard a single Lil Baby album.
whoa.
I've only heard the singles.
Yeah, that album, to me, he reached a whole new level of stardom this year, but that album just helped put the cherry on top, bro. And my last one that I gotta mention, that came out this year, shout out my nigga Yo Gotti. I love my nigga Yo Gotti, bro. That Houston ass nigga, bro. Like, yo, Untrapped, that fucking album, because you know what?
Why?
He's been a trap star. He's been a gangster. He's been talked about all this shit. And then now he stepped into a new lane where he's still that same nigga, but he's the evolved version of himself. He's talking real street laws, bro. How OGs need to be moving with their young niggas, bro. Like, he's such a dope hood role model, bro.
Okay.
He is, bro. Like, when it comes to, because look, man, not everybody's gonna look up to the, suit wearing motherfuckers or whatever, Street niggas need somebody to look up to as well, bro. Like, Yo Gotti, bro, he's a positive street nigga, yo. Like, he's evolved. Like, he probably wasn't always that way, but he's learned, and he's about a different type of philosophy, and he reflects that on this album, bro.
I have to listen to Busta Rhymes. Like, there's a lot of the albums you named I haven't actually heard.
Man, you could love him.
There have been so many albums that came out this year. It was hard to get to it all.
That's 14 albums I just listed. Those all came out in 1 year. It's only 12 months. That means that's like an album every month.
All those albums probably like 20 plus tracks, or there's plus they doing like deluxe albums and shit now. I hate that shit.
I don't like it. Deluxe albums be too much.
My list is probably going to be a bit eclectic, a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like some artists that some people who are listening may not even know.
Mm-hmm.
But this first album I'm about to name is actually my favorite album of the year. Jersey's own 070 Shake from North Bergen, New Jersey. Her album is called Modus Vivendi. It's like alternative, kind of like hip hop ish, R&B-ish.
She's rapping for Jersey Hard right now.
She was big rep from Jersey. 070, just off the bat. Like, I fucking love that album. That song, Guilty Conscious, that's my favorite song on the album. She's just different. I would love to interview her. I would love to work with her. I just think she's so dope.
They're even featuring her on Sephora ads.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Sephora with one of my girls, and like, yo, I never go to Sephora, but I was with one of my chicks, so like, I'm standing there, I'm like, what is that? 070 Shake? She didn't even know who that was. I was like, yo, that's an artist, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, they're featuring her in Sephora? That's what's up. She getting this money.
My second favorite album is kind of tied with my number one album. It was really hard to choose between these two. There's an artist I discovered this year by the name of King Cruel. He's from the UK, I think from the UK.
King Cruel.
His album Man Alive. This shit is not for everybody. What's Cameron? Let me tell you something. This album is not for everybody. This is the most depressing, dark, and beautiful music you will ever. This guy, I really hope this guy does not like kill himself. That's how depressed he is, for real.
Stop.
It's really, no, I'm dead ass. He's super depressed. He just had a kid, but he's still depressed. Like, I thought that would change him. But this music is beautiful, bro. It's so beautifully dark and relatable and just like...
How's his voice? Like, he has a good voice, everything?
It's like, his voice is kind of like deep. But it's like, I'm gonna play a song. I hope you like it.
Mm-hmm.
I love this album so much. I love this dude. He's one of these artists that we need to like protect because he's so depressed. And I would hate to lose him. I love King Cruel. My third album is Brent Faiyaz, Fuck the World. I love toxic R&B. I love it. Just because I haunt you don't mean I want you. Don't say that, Brent. Don't say it and mean it. I love that album. That album is so toxic. It's so beautiful. The last track on the song was the album is called Make It Out. It's only 30 seconds. I wish he fucking extended that shit. Brent Faiyaz is one of the best artists of one of the best R&B artists of our generation.
He's amazing.
He's very underrated still, unfortunately. Number 4 is by... So, have you seen Game of Thrones?
I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes. I'm really not into it.
So, an actor who was on that show makes music as well. His name is Riley Ritchie.
It's not the midget, right?
Nah. It was like the only black dude on the show.
Oh, okay. And of course he makes music.
Riley Ritchie, he's like an R&B, like alternative artist. He dropped his second album, and this is called Andy. This shit is also beautiful. A bit depressing, but beautiful music. Time in the Tree, Party Fear, Aristocrats, some great, beautiful music on that album. I really love that album so much. It's so beautiful, so relatable. Next is Giveon, Take Time.
I've been hearing about that. I'm about to download it.
Oh my
Everybody's been talking about it.
God. If you want to cry and think about your ex, listen to these 8 songs. Listen to Vanish. Listen to Like I Want You.
Is that deep?
Listen to My Favorite Mistake. And you'll get in your fucking feelings. And that's what I did all year listening to that album. Next is probably the best hip hop album to drop this year, in my opinion, is Bandana by Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. Grammy nominated album, well deserved. Something to Rap About, Baby Shit, Scotty Beam, standout tracks on that album. Great, well produced album. Alchemist is one of the best producers of this generation.
Yes.
Freddie Gibbs is one of the best rappers of this generation. I hope he wins that Grammy for best hip hop album. Next is actually an EP. It's 4 songs by an artist named Kali Uchis. She's like an R&B singer. She's been around for a minute. If you're not familiar, she's like mostly known for collaborating with Tyler, the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
She dropped an EP called To Feel Alive. And there's a song called on there.
She's so fire, bro.
She's so fucking fire. Yo, there's this song called I Want War, But I Need Peace. No, I Need Peace, But I Want War. Some shit like that. That shit, fire. I love Kali Uchis. I love her music. I can't wait to her next album. Next, this is a new hip-hop artist that I discovered from Atlanta. I discovered him maybe like 2 months ago. But I think he's been around for at least a year. He dropped his project. It's an artist named Kenny Mason from Atlanta. He dropped his album called Angelica Rat. He's kind of like a JID slash... he's kind of mostly like JID from Dreamville. Angelica Rat. He's definitely on the rise. I think 2021 is going to be his year. He has this song called Hit. That's like the single. I'm going to play that shit in the car. That shit is fire. He got this other shit on there called 30. It's a great album. Rising talent from Atlanta, and I hope he really blows up big next year in 2021. Next is another EP. I think it was about 4 songs from Russ. You fuck with Russ?
I do like Russ. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Russ. I haven't dove into his projects, but I like his singles.
Russ is great. He dropped an EP called Chomp. He has a track on there called Inside Job, produced by DJ Premier. That's one of the best hip hop songs he dropped this year.
I guess I'll download that.
I'm not even gonna cap. That's one of the best hip hop songs he dropped this year. DJ Premier is still in shape producer wise. Russ is a great rapper. Niggas need to stop sleeping on him. He's a great artist, period. But he really got bars.
I didn't know he rapped.
He got bars.
I did not know he rapped.
So I gotta play this shit for you too. Fuck. Luckily we got a long drive. And the last album that I really fuck with and love this year is from Thundercat, R&B album. It is what it is.
I like Thundercat. He's different.
He's very different. I love that fucking
Do-Rag.
Dragon Ball Do-Rag.
I love that song. His voice is so dope.
Yeah.
And then the video, you just like love this guy, yo. He's just so funny.
So that's Thundercat. You're not familiar with Thundercat. He's known for working with like Kendrick and a bunch of fucking people. Zach Fox, whatever. He's a really dope vocalist, great guitarist. And yeah. And I guess like an honorable mention is from the collective Spillage Village. It's Earth Gang, JID, Mariba, and like a few other artists that are associated with Dreamville. That was a great album as well. The album is called Spillagin' from the group called Spillage Village, based out of Atlanta, and that's a great project. That's a very great project. I think it's like track 2 or track 3. Baptized, JID went crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That's all the albums. And it was a great year for music. So much music came out. Music was honestly a saving grace for me because I get off on listening to music. Like I eventually want to like focus and start making my own music one day. But I love listening to music. I love everything about it, from the production to the lyrics to the content. It's just a great medium for peace. It's a great medium for relaxation. So if you're listening from at home or you're watching on YouTube, try to look up at least 5 of these albums between the two of us, and just you're missing out if you're not. So.
For real, we just named a lot of good music that y'all need to go dive into, bro.
Shit, man. Too much fucking good music.
Man, that's one thing I can say I'm grateful for in 2020. There was so much good music, bro.
Yeah.
There was so much content, good content. There's a lot of good content that came out of this year.
I love music with certain lines that just like, it's like completely synonymous with your position in life or a situation you've been through recently.
Mm.
And I feel like all the artists I listen to have done that to me at some point. Yeah.
That makes sense because you know that relatability is what makes people gravitate towards music, man.
Have you listened to a song that like made you cry? Ever?
Oh yeah, I've definitely listened to songs that make me cry, or just like are tear jerkers.
Have you made a song that made you cry? No Heat? Did that make you cry?
No, that definitely didn't. That made me laugh. Probably Rest in Paradise.
Oh yeah, Rest in Paradise. Yeah, yeah.
Rest in Paradise, probably. But I'm trying to think. Has there ever what songs this year that I listened to? Like, probably, definitely, like. Sometimes it's not a sad cry. Sometimes it's just like fucking so inspiring. You ever listen to something that's so inspiring that you just put it on repeat?
Yeah.
And you just like visualize everything that you want.
I'm not even gonna cap. Giveon's album definitely made me cry. That was fresh off the breakup. When that last track comes on, Vanish, bruh. Like literally, it's like he's based. I wish I could play it because I don't want to get sued. But yeah, like that album is just basically the breakup album, and that shit got me through it. I was like, I was like one of them chicks that's at home, like with the chocolate and the wine, just listening to the music, running that shit back, crying.
I'm trying to find the name of the song on what's it? Yes, You Will Never Find Another Me. Woo! With Mary J and Busta.
Oh yeah, okay.
I put that shit on repeat, and it's like the way Mary sings. You feel that passion, nigga.
She been through it.
Oh my god, it just makes you want to go harder than anything you're trying to do. It's just like, man, that shit gives me goosebumps. I like music that gives me goosebumps, that tear jerkers, like that just. And you know what other song doesn't make me cry, but I've such an emotional attachment to it. Your Minds with Still with Young Blue and Drake.
I think I heard that song one time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that song is fucking fire. It's blowing up right now. A lot of people are starting to hear it, but it been.
Of course, because Drake's on it.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the video, unfortunately.
That Drake project was really good too. That dropped this year, Juggling demo tapes.
It
People
was.
people slept on it because it wasn't an actual album.
Yeah, it was supposed to be supposedly a mixtape or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Drake fan. You know what I'm
Same.
saying? So, I mean, at this point, I'm just not even surprised. That's why I didn't put him on my list, because everybody knows I love Drake, and, like, you know, he's so fucking consistent. I'd be surprised if he dropped some trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I'll be shocked.
Have you ever DM'd a celebrity on social media?
Absolutely. I've sent paragraphs to Drake, to Corday, to Charlamagne the God. I've sent them messages that I hope they read when I'm famous.
I want to find the DM that I sent Drake because I think it would be pretty funny. I was actually mad at him.
What?
I was mad at Drake, yo.
Read that shit. I want to see.
Oh my god, I wish the connection would go. I was mad at Drake because Drake is. It was around the time on social media where like everyone and their mother kept reposting fucking merch that they got from Drake. Right? So I said this shit in all caps. And I was like, nigga, there's no way all these celebrities and influencers you were posting with your merch are your real friends / supporters. Drop the link for your fans, the niggas who got you here. This message is sent respectfully. Also, I hope Vital was on the album. That's your best song in recent years, in my opinion. And I left it at that. He didn't read it. But I was very mad at Drake because all he was doing was just reposting the fucking merch that all these people that he sent to the merch street. So it's like,
That's a funny ass DM. I
I was very mad at Drake. I don't even know why I was on that night. I was just like,
think it really said, what if he would have replied? Like, what would you have done if he actually replied? Like, what would you, like, how would you react if he actually replied?
I don't know what he would have said though. I feel like he would have. Drake's like some trying to see me as the type of person who will like laugh off shit, like kind of like an asshole type.
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
So I feel like he would like probably like laugh. I don't know what I would do. I'll probably apologize.
I think he would laugh it off too.
Yeah. You have a DM you want to read?
Yeah, I was going to read this one. I don't think there's anything crazy.
Can this be a new segment in 2021 where we just read our DMs?
Right? That'd be funny. That'd be a good segment. I was like, I sent 2 messages. Should I read both or just one?
Wait, who's this to though?
To Drake.
Yeah. Read them both.
All right, the first one I sent in May, it was like, listening to you since I was 15. You've made me an amazing lyricist, and I don't care if you never read this. I love your music, and you're the biggest inspiration in my life musically. Thank you, Drake, for being you. God bless you and your mom and your son and all your brothers.
Yo, you
Stay healthy, brother.
fucking
I was feeling so grateful. I was listening to one of his songs and I was so grateful. I was like, man, let me message this nigga. I sent that shit at 10 o'clock in the morning, bro. I sent that shit at 10 o'clock in the morning, bro.
You said, I'm crying. Yo, it's a nasty DM. What's the next one?
I was like, I know I'm not big enough for you to read this.
Pause. What the fuck?
Yo, chill. I know I'm not big enough for you to read this, but one day I'll earn the right to be in the same room as you. I'll look up to you, not for the stardom, but the person behind the stardom. You're one of my biggest heroes, and I know one day I'll meet you in the right setting where I'll be a colleague and not just a fan. But I'll always be a fan. Hope you had a blessed birthday. Nothing but love for you, big bro. One day I hope we can look at these DMs and laugh. Take care, Drizzy. I pray we meet sooner than later.
You messaged Drake on his birthday?
Not on his birthday. His birthday is October 26th, but it was a couple days after his birthday.
Oh my god, that's hilarious, yo. That's fucking hilarious because I know you mean all of that.
I meant it all.
That's what makes it even funny because I know you like.
That was so genuine.
I know you sent it in a genuine way, so genuine to the point you really wanted that response.
I can't wait for him. I can't wait for when I meet him and I tell him, yo, search my name in your DM, bro, so we can read this shit and laugh. Cause he's gonna I think he's gonna laugh his balls off, bro.
So, I've been having like weird visions, not weird visions, but like real visions of like me being on the Breakfast Club in 2021 talking about my book. And I think that's gonna be, when that happens, I feel like that's going to, I'm gonna bring up, I have a DM that I sent Charlamagne a long time ago, back in, and this is probably gonna be the last DM because this is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. Now that I read that shit out loud, I'm like, God damn, I sound like such a fan.
I sent Charlamagne a DM like 5 years ago.
Read that shit, man.
No, oh shit, it was 2 years ago.
Read that shit.
Yo, Charla, huge fan. My name is Jeff Kelly.
You tried to sound casual as yo, Charla.
My name is Jeff Kelly, and I'm a podcaster. My show is called Introverted Intuition. Just recently signed a contract with Gotham Podcast Studio in downtown Manhattan. Going from recording off my shitty laptop to a professional set is a bit nerve-wracking at the moment. And I also suffer from anxiety and depression more than usual, so I'm overthinking every next step I'm about to take. Any advice on how to conquer that? See you this weekend at your live show. And I was actually about to go to this like live podcast with him. And I didn't say anything to him when I met him.
He never read it.
He never read it.
And I hate when they be on the radio talking about, yeah, just hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, blah, blah, blah. The only person who's responded to me right off the bat was Angela Yee.
She did see that. I saw that.
And it was multiple times. Like, it was multiple times. She's the only person who really replies right when you hit her up. Like, if she's live on the show and you hit her up and you say something funny or whatever, or it's related to what she's talking about, she's gonna reply.
I did. Yeah.
She's the only person that's replied on Breakfast Club for me.
I didn't DM her. I emailed her that time she was on the podcast. Yeah, I feel that she should be a dope guest.
Yeah, I love Angela.
Outside of Britain,
and she's hot.
But that was really embarrassing. And if you're listening at home, I hope you had a good laugh because that might not happen again.
That was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny, yo. It felt good to be that open, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. I never read those messages to anybody, yo.
I never really DM'd like that. I think outside of what I just read, I don't think I really DM'd anyone who's famous.
I think those Drake messages wasn't the funniest.
I feel like the more embarrassing ones will probably come from the ones I messaged the girls.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's gonna be a whole segment. I feel like we need the right guests to go along with that.
Can I tell you something? I hope this doesn't fuck up my game on Instagram.
Yes.
But I've written messages that I felt were so well written for like...
You spell checked them?
Nah, nigga, I copied and saved it in my notes so I can use it again. Cause that shit, bruh, some shit I said is so smooth. I'm like, bruh, this shit gotta work again.
Can we talk about that though? Like the DM etiquette, like of course, women don't owe us anything. They don't owe us response. They don't owe us their time.
Mm-hmm.
But if the message is so respectful, it's well, you can tell it's well thought out.
Took the time.
Don't you think even a little bit, there should just be a little bit of common courtesy? Be like, yo, that's really sweet, but fuck out of here.
I do feel like that. I feel you. But I also do understand because I have a lot of female friends, and they be showing me. There's some females with like 1,200 DMs, bro.
I believe it.
Like, and they're not even famous. They just look good. They don't even have like over 5,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, because they're attractive, they get so many. And then let me tell you, some of the DMs they get, it be straight up niggas sending dick pics. Don't even say hi or nothing.
Unwarranted, yeah.
Just sending dick pics. Like,
Crazy shit.
so I can understand why women typically don't check their DMs. I do get that.
I feel like the quality of the DM should be judged.
But the thing is, if it's somebody DMing you that, like, let's say you set up your Instagram where you have your general box and your primary box. Mm-hmm. If you have people messaging you, like 1,000 people who you don't know, they all have to request that message. So you're just going to group them all as people you don't know. You're not even going to read. Yeah. So how would you even know the difference between this message or that message? I think they just group them all together. Like, okay, I don't know you. You have a penis, so you're going in this side of the inbox. I think that's how those girls think, bro.
I shoot my shot and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like I
don't care about rejection at this point.
I
can't say I've never cared. I've cared about rejection before, and this definitely has stopped me from talking to certain women.
No, I feel like I've cared about rejection, but I never let it control me. So I've gotten rejected a lot, but I've always just known. Even when I was in my insecure phase, when I was super skinny, like in high school, I've just always known what I had to offer. Mm-hmm. So it's just like I always knew that someone would recognize my worth. It's like when someone would recognize my energy. So.
I agree, and I think that comes with maturity, right? Knowing your worth. Yeah. That comes with maturity, man. Getting older, realizing what you have to offer, and honestly, you're building your worth as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've never been an immature person. I've been irresponsible.
You said what?
I've never been an immature person. I've been irresponsible.
Okay. That's understandable.
I've always had a good sense of my maturity, but I've just done a lot of dumb shit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. That's a very well put statement.
Especially like financially, like
I've
never like financial literacy was not present in my family. It wasn't present in school.
I wish I understood money the way I do now when I was younger. I would have saved so much more.
You see that fucking tally number you make at the end of the year? I would have that. You know what I mean? Like I would be financially stable. I would be financially free.
If I just realized how important, even when I first started working, if I just say, yo, let me start a savings account and just put $50 in here a week, no matter what, just $50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, little shit like that matters, yo.
Yeah.
That shit matters, so.
I've been saving, I try to save at least $275 from every check I make going forward. And
I do $250. That's not bad, bro.
Yeah, I have like this whole chart of like the amount I have within a certain amount of weeks, and yeah, that's like my goal going forward.
It works though, right?
Kind of, yeah. Like I mean,
but sometimes you have to do the transfer because you need something.
It's not even about needing; it's like wants. I wrote about this in my book too. I have a hard time balancing my wants and my needs. My wants are sometimes too hard to control. But because I have this awareness, my grip on it is becoming a lot tighter. So going forward into 2021 that's like one of my goals, to like have that firm grip on my wants and my needs, and I constantly, consistently save.
That makes sense, because that's the key to anything is consistency, but saving especially, bro.
Yeah, it's
just like I learned the power of saving this year, and I learned that it's really a mind thing. Like this year, I'm proud of myself. I stepped up my saving game. Like when COVID first hit, because I had money saved up.
Yes.
I was like not worried. You know what I'm saying? When COVID first hit, I was just like, yo. And that's literally when I decided to start taking saving money seriously. I know I'm super fucking late, but like, you know, better late than never. You feel me? This year, I haven't mastered, but I'm mastering the art of saving money.
I was never worried about my finances like from COVID and lockdown, just like my mental state. That's it. I just didn't know how I would be able to adjust and handle this new reality. But I guess looking forward to 2021, it doesn't seem like COVID's going away anytime soon.
I mean, I don't think COVID's going to go away, but I think we're going to have a change in perception of COVID. I do believe we're going to get to a place where it's completely normal. Because think about it, it's more normalized than it was earlier this year, and that's pretty fast for something that was just detrimental in March.
Yeah.
Now it's like catching a cold. Niggas in the NFL like are catching COVID and getting tested, and they're coming back to work in no time. You know what I'm saying? Like more and more people are catching COVID, and I feel like it's becoming more normalized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, especially when we get this vaccine, it's just gonna be like, well, if you have COVID, just get a shot.
You gonna take it?
No.
Oh.
No. The only way I would take that shit is if I literally caught COVID and my body can't fight it, and I felt like I'm like, yo, if I don't take the shot, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way. You know what I'm saying? But that's because, not for any conspiracy theories, like I don't know about the whole tracking device and the shots and shit. Like, but one thing I can say is that they came up with this vaccine relatively quickly, and there's definitely going to be some unforeseen side effects that are going to appear depending on who they give it to first. It's trial and error, so they're going to give you that shit, and then they're going to figure out what adjustments they have to do after.
It's too soon for something that's so unfamiliar. Prior to 2020, but this shit is just moving too fast for me, and it's like I'm good. I never took a flu shot. I'm not taking a COVID-19 vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Don't come for me.
Right.
It's just my life, how I want to live my life. I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable. Let me do what makes me feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
You know what I mean? So
that's how I feel, bro.
yeah, I just know 2021 is gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to see what they do with these stimulus checks.
When are they supposed to be coming? Because I haven't done any research on it because I'm just over it.
I don't know. They're going back and forth between $600 and $2,000. So I'll take either or.
Whenever it hit, that shit hit. That's how I feel. They got my information.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. One day, that's how it was with the last stimulus check. I'm just mad I didn't get to enjoy that money.
Yeah.
Had to spend that shit on my fucking family.
So let's take our brains to December 26th.
It's my uncle's birthday.
Happy birthday, CR's uncle. Let's take our brains to December 26th, 2021. Where do you see yourself? Paint your entire life right now.
Real shit. 100,000 strong.
Like, be specific with everything you want to say.
$100,000 strong. I feel like I might still stay at my apartment for another year. Only because fuck that. If I have $100,000 by this time next year, I'm gonna move into my own. Like I'm gonna move into my investment property because the first property I buy I have to live in. So I'm trying to buy my rental property, a multi-unit. Definitely not in the hood. I see JOTF and introverted intuition on a national level, or at least regional, like the whole East Coast at least. You know what I'm saying? As far as recognition, that's as far as my vision really can see right now. I definitely think I'm gonna be in shape, or at least closer to the ideal shape that I want to be in. I'm definitely gonna be more tatted. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say because it's more of a feeling than a vision right now.
Yeah.
What about you?
I see very clearly. I see myself in my studio apartment, maybe even one bedroom apartment in Harlem, New York City. I see myself by December. I see myself already have been living there for at least 4 to 5 months. I see myself as a 2-time best-selling author. I see myself with let's say about between $75,000 and $100,000 in my savings account alone.
When you're done, I'm gonna go again and just stop.
I see introverted intuition being partnered with a specific entity. Either that being, there's a few in mind that I really see, and it's kind of like shuffling my mind. I just don't know which one it would be. Spotify, Charlamagne's Network, The Black Effect, or the Joe Budden Podcast Network. I see one of those 3 entities recognizing the vision of the show and picking it up and providing us with a check nice enough for me to not be working at my 9 to 5 anymore. I definitely see myself not being in the 9 to 5 anymore.
And the one thing I clearly see is just me being happy. I see myself being in a state, looking back at this time right now where I'm saying all this, saying I knew I was right. I knew it was all worth it. I knew I would be here. That's what I clearly see.
I want to add on to what I said before. I definitely see myself not doing Lyft anymore. I think 2021 I'm going to end up living off of music streams, podcasting, and modeling. I really feel like I'm making that my goal, is to make enough from all those different things that I can do, make enough where it's consistent, and voiceovers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally going to push to make that happen in 2021, where those are my streams of income. It's going to be music licensing, streaming, YouTube, and voiceovers. You know what I'm saying? Definitely see me still single, honestly.
Really?
I do. I don't see myself getting into a relationship only because I'm so fulfilled with this craft, this journey right now. I don't even want to be in a relationship. I'm literally happy being single and just having different women right now. Like, I just got to this place, you know what I'm saying? Because before I used to be, oh, I need a girlfriend, I need to be in a relationship. Or, oh, I'm not going to fuck with nobody. I just kept trying to find the right formula. This is the right fucking formula. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine. I have girls who understand my lifestyle. They all know what's up. So it's just like, I think that's going to continue in 2021. Unless I fall in love, but I really don't want love. Like, I'm not even desiring for love right now.
That's when it comes.
I want success.
Yeah.
That's what they always say too. That's
Yeah.
when it comes.
Yeah.
I want success. Like, that's it.
Yeah. And we have it. We have
Yeah.
we have what we desire. We have what we're looking. We have what we're looking at. And I'm ready. I'm really ready for it all. And I'm really appreciative of everyone who's listened to this podcast, everyone who's watched this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this was just an idea, and it's been working out so far, way more than I ever expected. Do you have a don't sleep?
Yes, I would tell people to not sleep on my new project that's coming out. It's called Cold Hearted. It was supposed to come out on New Year's, but instead it's going to be coming out the weekend of Valentine's Day. And the reason I'm doing that is because I needed more time to record a song with one of my artists on the label, Maji. Me and her need to do a song together that's going to add on to the project. And besides that, just don't sleep on recognizing your own greatness. And this is kind of for myself. And I don't know, because some people might think that we're a little egotistical on this show, because we've heard that before. But I don't feel like I don't think I'm egotistical. Like,
We're comfortable.
I think I'm humble, but in some ways I'm too humble. Like, it's time for me to really recognize my power and where I'm at and how much I've done in such a short amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have influence on my community. Where I'm from, people know me. People come to me for advice. People come to me to help register businesses. They really do come to me to help them do things, bro. And it's not about being famous. It's not about being popular. It's about influencing other people's lives. I influence people's lives, bro. I remember, it was one of my best friends, Danny. He told me how he was telling somebody else my story or whatever, and just told him a little bit of what I've been through. And he's like, yo, I told him that shit, and yo, they got inspired to go back to school, bro. He's like, that's how powerful your life is. I tell other people about your life, and that shit inspires them. I'm just like, yo, that said a lot, yo. That said a lot, and I was just like, I gotta recognize my power and use it correctly. Because once you recognize your power, you can use it deliberately, you feel me? I love inspiring people. I love motivating people. I love making people better. You know what I'm saying? So that's my purpose, bro.
Yeah, mine is don't sleep on, mine's not as deep, unfortunately, but don't sleep on the app Clubhouse. That shit has literally changed my life, and now the almost week that I've been on it. It's an invite-only app. If you need an invite to get on the app, DM me on social media. I have about 4 left. It's a networking app where you can just go into different chat rooms and just, if the moderator allows it, you can speak freely, or you wait your turn and you just say your piece depending on what type of room you're in. And it's a great networking tool. It's the best networking tool I've ever experienced on social media, on the internet. And I'm eternally grateful for it. And I'm growing on my following every day. I'm growing I'm expanding my voice. I'm expanding my information, my story, my creative outlets every day on that app, and I'm eternally grateful for it. So if you have an opportunity to get on Clubhouse, definitely take it. If you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to network with people who don't live in your community, people who are outside of the community, different parts of the world, who you could possibly connect with and collaborate with going forward into 2021. It's a great app, and I'm eternally grateful for it, and I love Clubhouse. So that's my Don't Sleep.
Big ups.
Shout out, and Clubhouse isn't paying me, by the way, unfortunately. That's not a commercial. So, yeah, shout out where people can find you and support you, my brother.
Please, please, please follow me on Instagram. That's where I promote most of my content. My funny stuff, my music, podcast stuff is on Instagram at CR_908. Or follow me on Twitter at CR_908. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty dead on Twitter. I need to get back alive. Or you can add me on Facebook. No lie, I use Facebook the way people use Twitter. That's where I post all my like thought-provoking posts and all that shit. And plus, the community up there is just super supportive. If you're gonna add me on Facebook, type in conscious rap. The whole shit.
Yes. As far as the podcast, where you can find the podcast, go to introvertedpod.com for all the access to the social media, the merch, the videos, exclusive videos. Not exclusive videos, that was some creepy shit. But like I post the videos and like the podcasts go up there first, and then it'll go up on Apple, Spotify, and everything later. So introvertedpod.com. You can reach out to us directly for advice, bookings, inquiries, all that shit. And again, my first book, The Avenue, A Personal Dictionary, is coming out February 28, 2021. Follow me on social media directly. My personal page is on Instagram is that at theav360. My Twitter is that ambitious guy, THT ambitious guy. And again, my book, February 28, 2021, The Avenue, A Personal Dictionary, is available to pre-order now. The ebook version is available to pre-order now on Amazon.com. Just type it in the search bar, The Avenue, A Personal Dictionary, and you can get that, and you can support me going forward. And yeah, again, we thank you so much for listening, watching. We appreciate you so much, and we'll see you next time in 2021.
See you next year, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
2021 can kiss my ass.
What? 2021?
I mean, no. 2020 can kiss my ass.
This nigga drunk.
I am. This